Module 16, the reproductive systems. Meiosis. Let's now take a look at what goes on at the cellular level during sexual reproduction. If you were to take two regular cells from each parent and combine the genetic material within them, you would have twice as much genetic information than a cell needs. So something has to happen to cells in order to become ready for fertilization. The mixing of the genetic material from each parent results in an offspring that is genetically similar to each parent, but not identical to either of them. In healthy cells, humans have 23 homologous chromosome pairs, totaling 46 chromosomes. 44 of these are autosomes, and 2 are sex chromosomes, which will determine the gender of the offspring. Females have 2 X chromosomes, and males have an X and a Y chromosome. You may remember from studying biology that homologous chromosome pairs are similar to each other, but not identical. You see, chromosomes contain the main genetic information within a cell. On each chromosome are specific coding sequences called genes. A person will receive one copy of each gene from his or her mother and one copy from his or her father. Each gene copy is called an allele. Within a chromosome pair, the same set of alleles are found in the same locations on the chromosomes. For example, a gene that helps determine eye color. However, those alleles code for different traits, such as blue, green, or brown eyes. Therefore, we can say that the locations of the alleles on each chromosome of a homologous pair are the same, but the alleles can be different. Another good example of this is with the gene that determines the ABO blood type of a person. This gene is located on the 9th chromosome in humans, and each individual has 2 alleles for each gene on the autosomal chromosomes. For example, the first chromosome is inherited from one parent who provided the allele for type A blood. The second chromosome in the homologous pair is inherited from the other parent who had the allele for type B blood. So these different alleles located on the same genes of each homologous chromosome result in a person who will have type AB blood. Well, meiosis is the process of splitting up the homologous pairs in order to create cells with only one chromosome from each pair within it. These cells are called gametes, and they are haploid cells because they only have half the amount of DNA. That means that each of these cells has one allele for every gene on the autosomal chromosomes. Meiosis creates a consistency of chromosome number from one generation to the other. If each parent contributes one homologous chromosome from each pair, then the resulting offspring will have 23 pairs of chromosomes, or 46 total chromosomes. This diagram illustrates how the cell undergoes meiosis 1 and 2 in order to produce the resulting gametes. During meiosis 1, the chromosome pairs are split up, one from each homologous pair going to a separate cell. Thus, at the end of meiosis 1, a single diploid cell results in 2 haploid cells. Meiosis 2 is like regular cellular mitosis, each of those haploid cells dividing up the replicated copies of DNA strands. Thus, 4 haploid cells result from a single diploid cell. Meiosis only happens in the male testes to produce sperm and the female ovaries to produce oocytes. These are what we call the haploid gametes.